Welcome to A Moment in Time with Taylor. Thank you for tuning in. Please be sure to check out the website femyoga.com. Click support and you can keep this channel going and growing with your contributions. I thank you guys so much for making this show possible. Thanks, Joe. First comment to the broadcast, my favorite Joe. OG Mudbone, I do not have STDs, and I know that for sure because I just took a test. I will be honest with you guys, I'm a little bit nervous because I feel like this is just like troll paradise, this topic and this title, and also I'm a little bit ignorant in this topic myself, so definitely make sure to check out the girl who was live right before me on this channel, Lizzie Bear. She is an expert in all things sexual health and wellness, and she's going to do an in-depth broadcast with the topic of STDs and STIs, specifically next Sunday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 1 hour. So 11:30 to 12:30 a.m. next Sunday, and that's, what is it, like October, or is it September 30th? Hey, Asif, thanks for being here, guys. So yeah, I would love to see some familiar faces. Ty Daily Ma, I am clean, yes. We will learn together, exactly. No, I don't mean that you're trolling. I just feel like this could easily be trolled. Thank you, Asa, for the super hearts. Really appreciate that. Life, you think life is an STD? Okay, interesting. How are you, Ram? Hey, Donna. Asif, appreciate you. Hey, Josie. Cowbell. Hey, Augusto on YouTube. First comment on YouTube. We're also live on Twitch. Jordan, thank you for the super hearts. You guys are so sweet. I seriously feel so lucky to be friends with you all. So let me get my face out of the heart race. Hey Alex, man, how are you? Thanks for being here. Privyet. Spasibo. Yesterday was so much fun. Wolf Puppy, hey. So let's back up. If you watched one of my replays on Periscope, I talked about STDs in general and how I was curious because I had never received a blood test to screen me for STDs. So I went and ordered my own labs. Let me tell you exactly what I found out. Planned Parenthood will not do a blood test for you for STDs unless you have symptoms. So they won't actually test you unless you have symptoms. That was a bummer for me because I want to know if I have it even though I don't have symptoms. I still want to know if it's in my blood. So I had to actually shop around a little bit and find this website. Hey Finley, thank you Alex for the super hearts. Same color as Asif, that's good luck. Hey Eric, you guys, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate you. Hey Dub. Yeah, I don't know, I feel kind of anxious about this broadcast. I might even have to end it early just to control how I'm feeling about it. It just feels weird to like put your medical results up on the internet even though they're not incriminating. It's just weird. So thank you for the super hearts, Finley. I'm sweating. Marissa, hi. Ryan, thank you for the super hearts. You guys are amazing. Thank you. I feel very loved and I feel a lot of love for you guys. Hey Dan. It's an important topic. Exactly, Marissa, and that's why I'm doing it. It is definitely important. So far so good. It's more just fear, you know, and this is the year of no fear, so it's all good. Edward, thank you for the super hearts. See, someone said that's why Planned Parenthood is a scam. Rockin' America, interesting contribution. Marissa used to be a health educator. Nice. So you guys can follow Marissa Mendelson if you're watching on Periscope. She is another gold badge. Remember, Ryan said, Taylor, breathe. Okay, let's all breathe together. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Thank you, Ryan. I'll always have your back, too. All right, you know what I need? I need Prost. Hey, Poke Cats. It's your first day on Periscope? I think I saw you in Lizzie's broadcast. Make sure you follow her on her channel, too. I think she might pop in here. So that's Lizzie Bear. Oh, my goodness. Alex, did you invite your friends? All right. Well, this is going to be quite the STD broadcast, is it not? Thank you for being here. Prost. How do you say it in Russian? How do you say cheers in Russian? Thank you, Wolf Puppy. I love you. Wolf Puppy had the best reaction to my clear STD. Yeah, I'm good, Edward. Yeah, it's all good. I'm going to actually put it up on the screen. That's why I'm live on my computer, so I can actually put it on the screen and hopefully not give away any of my personal information like my full name and date of birth, which is on the results, but I don't want you guys to have all that information, so I kind of cropped it and I have it all ready to put up on the screen. Hey Matthew, but I wanted to tell you guys what you can do because for yourself, my results aren't going to help you to know what you have, right? So I want to let you know what I learned. One is that Planned Parenthood will not do the blood test unless you have symptoms. And two is that even if you're private pay, no health insurance, you're going to pay out of pocket, you're willing to pay whatever it costs, they will not do it. They refuse to do it. So Planned Parenthood is where I had always gone in the past for STD testing, and because I never had symptoms, I always took a urine test and thought that was pretty much the process. I learned from talking to a friend that you have to really get the blood test to know if you have other certain diseases in your blood, even if you don't have symptoms, like herpes. So I went to a website called stdcheck.com. STD check, CHECK.com. They had a promo code for $10 off a 10-panel screening, and so that's 10 tests that they run. They test you for 10 different diseases or infections, whatever the appropriate term is, and it was originally $198. There was a $10 off promo code, which made it $188, and then once I got my results in the email, it said if you give us a review for stdcheck.com, we'll give you another $10 off, so it'd be $178. So that's kind of nice. You can get $20 off just by kind of playing the game a little bit using a promo code and giving them a review. So for $178, you can get a urine test and a blood test that will screen you for 10 different STDs, STIs. I'm going to show you my results, and then what happens, so first you go on stdcheck.com, you place your order, and then you can go right in there and you can fax it to a lab near you. Whatever the closest lab is going to be the easiest, and then you just walk right into that lab and you just tell them you're there to get your screening. It's like you're your own doctor, like you order your own tests. You don't even have to meet with a doctor at all. A nurse basically takes your blood, takes your urine sample, and you leave. It's really a short process. It's easy. I hate having my blood drawn too if you're one of those types, but it was totally worth it, and it was fine. I didn't pass out or anything. Just tell them if you are nervous about getting your blood drawn, make sure you eat and drink before you go. You do not need to fast at all for this, and also make sure that you ask them to lay you down when they do the blood draw. That way, if you do pass out or have a seizure or something, a bad reaction, you're already laying down, so you won't get hurt. They should do a test if you asked. I would hope so, Rockin' America, but I called Planned Parenthood twice just to make sure, and that both people told me the same thing. Hey, Al. Who has STDs? I'm not sure. Probably a lot of people. Proski? That's hard to say, Sal. Why is that so hard to say? Hey, Kwani, how are you? Dub said this is the first time I'm going to see it? No, I saw it this morning. I was very excited. Sean's going to guess. He's going to guess what the results say. Okay. I just have my gyno test me during the annual exam. Okay, yeah, if they do that, you could have them do that too. Hey, Safe Carrot. Safe Carrot says still too much money. Well, if you have health insurance, it's going to be a lot less than that. Jordan, thanks for inviting your followers. But I don't think there's any amount of money that's too much for you to know if you have any diseases, I would guess. Health is really all we have, right? And if you're going to go into a relationship with someone sexually, it's kind of good to know what you're bringing to the table, right? I keep saying this, but it's like the one time in your life that you want to bring nothing to the table, right? But it's okay. Even if you are bringing something to the table, it's best to know so that you can start your relationships with open, honest communication. You don't like it, but you don't pass out. Yeah, that's good. PP swabs are not fun. Well, I think it's the same for men. They take a urine test and a blood test. There was no swabbing on my tests. Just go and give blood. It's free. Actually, I don't weigh enough to give blood. I'm below the weight level you have to be 110 pounds to donate blood, and I don't weigh that much. Some STDs aren't detectable by blood. Yeah, it was a blood and urine analysis. Hey, Big Tuna, how are you? Shara, thanks for the Super Hearts, beautiful love. I saw a study that more people under 21 have an STD than average. It's high right now. I was talking to one of my doctor friends earlier, and he said that women my age have about a 30% chance of having HPV, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Hey, Banana. That's the one crazy thing in America. You guys pay so much for health care. I really don't think that's an unreasonable amount of money, but maybe that's just me. Dub got swabbed. Okay. That, and like if you're really gassy, that's not something you want to bring to the table. Literally my stomach grumbled as I read that. They swabbed the tip of the wiener. I don't know. You would have to look that up, because in this you would have to have a doctor to do that, and with stdcheck.com there's no doctor involved. You pay extra if you have a result that you want analyzed by a doctor. Hi Casey, thanks for being on YouTube. We are trying to monetize our YouTube channel, so if you guys watch over there, it helps us towards our goal of 4,000 hours watched in the last year so that we can monetize. Sinful Living said in New Zealand it's free. Nothing in life is free, so if you have free healthcare, you're probably just paying more in taxes to compensate for that. And it's also probably a lot harder to get into a doctor because you're competing with 100% of the population for appointments. And when everything's free, people will go to like urgent care and to the hospital just because they have like a runny nose and they don't want to wait or something. I'm fine, and you, my wife, and I both got checked when we first hooked up. Good, Tuna, good. Yeah, I'm good too. STD rates are skyrocketing because of the hesitance of people to get checked. Thank you for saying that, Jordan. I'm going to take another sip because this broadcast is like making me sweat. That's why STD check was pretty much created, because people were, any little hurdle, like Planned Parenthood isn't doing the testing. It costs money, it takes time, people are nervous, they don't want to do it. It's just like there's all this ignorance and all this stigma around it. Sometimes people don't want to know, right? Ignorance is bliss. So I don't know. I don't really know the best way to say it, but it's important. So just do it. Just stop being afraid, stop being ignorant, do some Googling, and let's get it done. It took me till I was 27 years old to do it too, so no judgment. It's never too late. Let's do it today. Pog, I mean, you can hit that if you want. We'll miss you. I'm sorry that you are going to leave. Before we did coitus. Coitus. People need more than a blood and urine test. Hi, David. Stress is free for me. I'll have a heart attack soon. Marissa, why are you saying that they need more than the blood and urine test? I got lead poisoning from soda once, so I stopped drinking Mr. PB. Hi, Tiki. How are you, beautiful? So what do you feel about what Jim Carrey said about Canadian healthcare? I don't know what he said. It is not. Where are you getting your info from? Universal healthcare is fantastic. Okay, Maggie. That's good that you believe that. How much tax do you pay in America? For what? We pay quite a lot of tax for a lot of different things. I'm pretty sure our annual pap smears help detect potential STDs. Hey, it can be scary, but ignorance is not bliss when it comes to STDs. Yeah, did I just burp? I might have, Dragon. I am drinking beer. Dub. I don't know if ignorance is bliss. Right, Bobby. I don't think it is either. I love knowing things, which is why I got this done. I mean, I was in a committed relationship for 7 years, monogamous. Neither of us ever had any types of symptoms. I mean, I jokingly said I paid $178 for someone to tell me what I already knew. I was pretty much I felt 100% certain I had no STDs. But just seeing the results and seeing the numbers and the negative results, I mean, it was just awesome. I loved it so much. It made me so happy. Local health department did mine and was all good, but it was during the AIDS early years. What STD in specific are you talking about, Marissa? That you're saying that men need to be swabbed for? Thank you, Tuna. I like your spirit too. Thanks for being here. I do because I travel and know the U.S. healthcare system is shit. That's fine. I mean, I know a lot of Canadians that they actually come to America. I don't know about a lot. I don't know a lot of Canadians in general, but I've heard of Canadians that actually come to America for healthcare because the socialized healthcare system is kind of difficult to work within, and they end up on waiting lists for a long time for treatments for things like cancer. Now, again, I'm not a doctor. You know, wherever you live, you're stuck with that healthcare system unless you move countries. So whatever you're dealing with, I don't know, but this is in America that I'm talking about. Dove. Most people in countries that have universal health care like it. Oh, that's good. Gonorrhea or chlamydia, I don't remember which one. Gonorrhea and chlamydia are definitely both testable through urine analysis. Hi, Josie. We pay $15 in taxes here in New Zealand. Health and schooling is free. We pay a small doctor's visit fee. You're saying you pay 15% taxes, 100 across the board. Income tax, property tax, school tax, sales tax. All your taxes add up in New Zealand to 15%. I'm going to have to research that because I don't have an argument against that right now, but I am very skeptical that that's actually accurate. But again, this isn't really a broadcast about that. This is just about the importance of knowing about your sexual health, knowing what you may be carrying, and now the big reveal. Here we go. Here we go. The blood draw test. Sure, that's for herpes and some of this other stuff. Let's just look at it and we'll see what we have. Rather than saying that America should switch to universal health care, you could move to a country that has universal health care. And actually, America right now has forced universal health care. If you don't have health care, you pay a fine. So we already have universal health care in America. It's called the Affordable Care Act, enacted by Obama. But you could also move to a country that already has socialized health care, because I think it's important for us to have options, to have private health care as an option, to have social health care as an option, and we can live where we want to live. But to say that the whole world should be one way, like a cookie cutter stamp for everybody, I tend to disagree, except when it comes to violence. I think as a human race in general, we can all agree that violence is not a good solution to anything. All right, Maggie, that's great, that's lovely. Interesting, Joe. I've never heard that information before. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have access to universal health care and you like it, great. I don't know how long it would. I'm curious, is there anyone here who's in a country with socialized health care and can schedule an STD screening appointment and let me know what the process is like? I would love to have actual real data rather than just like people commenting that there's polls that say people like it. Let me know how long it takes you to get an appointment, and that would be my main thought, is like you probably have to wait longer when the entire country is going to the same, there's no like, you can't like pay to get something expedited. The penalty for no health insurance was dropped. Oh, it was? Really, Bob? I had to pay it last year on my taxes. I had childhood leukemia. I only had health care in the US with ACA. You had childhood leukemia, you only had health care in the US with ACA? Childhood leukemia, are you a child? Because the Affordable Care Act was only put into effect in like 2016 or something like that. And it's 2018. It might have been, 2014? But I don't think so. I think it was 2016. That was only 2 years ago. Then can you guys see why I was a little bit nervous about this broadcast? Because I knew that people it's just one of those topics that gets the people going. Could we stamp that for abortion, in your opinion? Stamp what for abortion, Dragon? What are you talking about? Hey, ukulele guy. Your view against everyone else's, really? Yeah, it's me against the world. That happens a lot. That's what it's like to be a contrarian. I'm just saying that's something I've seen more than one occasion. I had blood drawn urine, but I too was pretty certain on the outcome, but it's nice to be 100% sure. I agree with you, Jordan. Thank you for saying that. Hi, John. How are you? How's it going? Prost. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I am now going to do the reveal as soon as I see... Thank you for those super hearts. Who was that? Was that John? Thank you. I appreciate that. I am now going to do my big reveal as soon as I see a drum emoji. Can you guys give me your drum roll emoji? I'll start the drum roll over here. It's all good, Joe. Most people disagree with me when it comes to politics. I'm really used to it. It's all good. That's why I'm not getting into it right now, because this is really just about the importance of getting tested. Whether you're doing it through universal healthcare or private healthcare, I really don't care. Just get tested. Yeah, Ryan! Yeah, I know. Love squirts. It's Alex, man. Spasibo, our new Russian friend. Thank you, Candy Cane and Joe. And John said, Peachy working on the Titans games. Titan games? I don't know what that is. But I'm going to show my STD results right now. I'm about to have a panic attack. Okay, let's go. Boom! Here it is. Whew, okay. So, they tested for Hep A, hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and the results were all negative. You will see for hepatitis C, there are 3 different ranges. So there's negative, indeterminate, and positive. And negative is anything with a result of less than 0.8. Hey, peripheral experience, how are you? The indeterminate is between 0.8 and 0.9, and a positive result is anything above a 0.9. The CDC recommends that a positive HCV antibody result be followed up with an HCV nucleic acid amplification test. So I assume you can order all of these additional tests through stdcheck.com, and also you have to pay extra if you want a doctor to actually analyze the results if you do have any positive or abnormal results, because you can also see next to the word result, you'll see flag. Edward said, well, you're ready to date. Flags all say normal, so there's no abnormal results. They did tell me that if I ate or drank, it could potentially cause an abnormal result, and I did eat and drink before my tests, but it was still it all came back normal. So let's go on to further down the list. Yeah, it was $178. Thank you, Candy Cane. Sorry, I missed that question. So the next one is RPR, which I honestly have no idea what that is, but it was normal, non-reactive. HIV screen with RFX. I don't know what most of this means, you guys. Edward, stop. No chlamydia, no. That was non-reactive, normal. I assume that if you had it, it would just say reactive, maybe abnormal. I don't really know. I don't know what a positive result would look like. I just know all my results are negative. Chlamydia, trachomatis, which is just chlamydia, that was negative. Neisseria, gonorrhea, also negative. And then you'll see herpes simplex virus 1 and herpes simplex virus 2. Hang on, that's not quite on the screen here. I don't want to go too far down and show that. Okay. Sorry, there's some personal information on here I'm trying to keep private so you guys don't know too much about me. Zephyr on there? No, I don't have Zephyr. I have Yingling. Actually, I do have some Zephyr. So, HSV stands for herpes simplex virus. And that was less than 0.91, which is normal. A negative result. Equivocal, I don't even know what that means. I'm glad I didn't get that because I wouldn't know what that meant, is 0.91 to 1.09. Oh yeah, of course, Joe. Me and you get along well. And a positive result is anything above 1.09. Negative indicates no antibodies detected to herpes simplex virus 1. Equivocal may suggest early infection. So basically if you recently had sexual intercourse or some type of exchange with body fluids with somebody recently, then you might be at the equivocal range because it hasn't quite created enough antibodies in your blood to make a positive result. But luckily we got less than 0.91, which means negative. Does this mean I'm open for business? No. Yeah, everything's good, Kit Kat. Yeah, I was just curious. I had never had my blood tested because I always went to Planned Parenthood and I've never had any symptoms. And I was like, what the heck? Why didn't I ever get my blood tested? So I decided to do it. Yes. I was just curious. Yeah, I won't get tested again until I have sex with somebody else. Hey, Danielle. Welcome to the results of my STD screening. The crowd goes wild. Maggie, breathe. Maggie, it's okay. It's going to be okay, hon. You can't fix the whole world in this broadcast. Thank you, Wolf Puppy. Thank you for being here and being nice and saying nice things. It's helping me get through this. All right, HSV2, herpes simplex virus 2, same thing on there. Negative is less than 0.91. Equivocal or early potential. That's the funny thing too. It says it may suggest early infection. So if you get an equivocal result, I assume that it says if clinically appropriate, retest at a later date. And if it's positive, then you know you have the herpes virus. Now what I think, thank you, James. Thank you, Edward. Actually, I'm good at tests. Oh, that's funny. It's like I passed. If you do have I believe, now correct me if I'm wrong if you guys know for sure, that herpes simplex virus 1 is oral herpes, but it can be transferred to the genitals. Yeah, that dragon, you should absolutely get tested every time you have sex with someone new. Yeah, I know, Joe. You need to, Maggie? Why? What is your goal here? What do you think is going to happen from you commenting in my broadcast? You know I don't work for the government, right? I can't actually change the healthcare system for you. Jordan's like, I hope I would never have to use this awesome joke, which would be I was never very good at passing tests. Better herpes than herpaderps. What the heck are you talking about, peripheral? All right, so, and then herpes simplex virus 2 is genital herpes, which I assume can also be transferred to your mouth. What's this guy doing? He's yelling, I think. Yelling or talking or singing? I don't know. So if you have an equivocal result, you'd have to probably wait a certain amount of time and then be tested again to see if it becomes a positive result. I don't know if it ever goes down from equivocal to negative. I don't really know. But luckily we got a negative result. So we are all good here on this channel with our STD results. Everything is negative, non-reactive, normal, all good stuff. But even if you do, so Kit Kat just asked a great question. Is HIV a death sentence if you have HIV? From what I understand, thank you, Danielle, for the super hearts. Appreciate you. From, oh, how are you, by the way? Oh my God, Danielle, it's the first time I've seen you. How's your leg? What's going on? Tell me everything. Kit Kat, I think you're probably way off base with that, to say that God created STDs to punish us for being sexually promiscuous. That sounds super Christian or super Jewish or super Muslim, or just, it sounds like just something any conventional big religion would say to scare people out of being sexual. It's okay, guys. It's okay to have sex, I think. But it's also important to be smart about it, to be educated and informed before you go trying to make adult decisions. You have to act like an adult if you want to enjoy the benefits of being an adult, right? Because not only are you risking STDs, but you're also risking pregnancy and emotional fallout. People can get blood, urine, or a swab test. Yeah, Marissa. So they said that if you have genital herpes, or if you have, if you have genital warts or herpes, they can swab the affected area and test for that, but otherwise it's a blood test. Does he look dead? I have surgery tomorrow to graft a spot in your shin. Oh my God, is that your first one? Oh my God, so what do they do? Do they like numb the area, or do they put you under anesthesia? Are you like awake? Do you get, oh my God, I need to know everything about this. I love you, Danielle. We're gonna be with you, okay? We're gonna be with you in spirit. We're gonna think about you. Put your headphones in, listen to music. It's temporary, it's not gonna last forever. And I don't mean to joke, but hopefully it'll make you smile a little bit. When I found out about this, I go, well, this is another great reason that I should never cook. Because I already suck at cooking enough. The last thing I need to do is like injure myself in the kitchen. HIV doesn't always turn into AIDS. Okay, yes, thank you for bringing me back to that peripheral. So from what I understand, again, I'm not a doctor and I'm not super well educated in this arena and in this realm, because I've always not been wildly sexually active. I've always been monogamous with individuals I've known for a long time, and been really safe, I think, and careful about my sexual experiences, and been tested regularly. But from what I understand, pretty much all of those infections and diseases I was tested for are easily managed with modern medicine. So HIV, herpes, the thing is though, if you never go and get tested and you just ignore your body for a long enough time, that's when you can really have a lot of problems. You're gonna miss all those warning signs and early detection, and miss out on all the benefits of knowing as early as possible what's going on with your body and trying to kind of get a jump start on it, because as they say, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So it's so much better to get a jump start and have preventative measures in place than it is to have, flare-ups and symptoms and then start trying to cure or treat the symptoms. Your test results are the same, Bob, just saying. Are you hitting on me right now? 1.9 thousand people are so interested. Spasibo. You think Kit Kat is kidding? Oh. Yeah, I don't think so. Still in the hospital. You're still in the hospital probably another week or two. Holy crap. So Marissa says she's afraid of dating because of STDs, to be honest. So now I'm going to get into the part that I was really nervous about talking about, but I'm just going to put it out there, and it's not going to be popular, and it's going to be true, and some of you aren't going to like it, and I don't know what else to say. Thank you, Alex Spasibo, for the super hearts. All right, here we go. All right, HPV. Human papillomavirus. You may have noticed, I'll bring your attention back to the STD results, that we were tested for, it should be 10 things, so let's make sure that's right. HSV2, HSV1, gonorrhea, chlamydia, HIV, RPR, Hep A, Hep B, Hep C. So those are 10 things that we were tested for here, that I was tested for. I say we about everything, like me and you, we're always in this together. Like we all got tested together, we're all negative. Okay, but it doesn't work like that. So you guys gotta get yourselves tested. Hey Sean, how are you? Human papillomavirus, HPV. I've heard so many things about this. I don't know what's true and what's not. But I'm going to tell you some of the conclusions that I've drawn personally, not as a doctor, not as a healthcare professional. Check with your doctor, see what you think. If you have symptoms, if you have genital warts, basically, absolutely go to the doctor, get tested, get treated, get it under control. Other than that, Whew, this is a heavy topic. So this actually, HPV is the entire reason that I got tested, and I didn't even realize I wasn't getting tested for it until I got my results, which is that my friend has HPV, and she's having a really hard time dating while having it because men are worried about it. They get freaked out and they have like these fears about it. And for her, from her point of view, she thinks it's silly and ridiculous, and she's like being stigmatized just out of ignorance. And I've learned some really interesting things about it actually just even today. So first and foremost, let me just say that all men cannot be tested for HPV. If you have a penis, you cannot be tested for human papillomavirus, which means that 100% of the time you have unprotected sex and potentially even protected sex with a partner, whether it's male or female, they do not know the risk of HPV. And it's not your fault, men. I'm not trying to say there's anything wrong, that men are so bad. It's not your fault you can't be tested, but you can't be tested. So every single time a girl has sex with you, she's taking on the risk of contracting HPV, and there's really no way of knowing, right? So condoms are really important to try to prevent the transference of that. I've heard numbers from 30 to 80% in terms of what percentage of the population, depending on your age, contracts human papillomavirus or HPV in their lifetime. Now, I've also read, even just today, and my friend had told me this too, that if you go online and look this up yourself, most, meaning the majority, most of the HPV infections resolve themselves within 1 to 2 years. Let's say, I think it was 1 to 2 years, I'm pretty sure. You can double check that, but within a few years, definitely less than 5 years, it goes away on its own. Your body handles it, your body takes care of it, and I believe, now I always thought that viruses weren't able to be cured or get out of your body. But from what I'm reading, and even what my friend had said, and she has HPV and she's done pretty good research on this, is that your body basically takes care of it within 1 to 2 years. So as far as getting tested for HPV, it's only an option a woman has, and it's only done through a pap smear. Now, I never knew this before today. Actually, my doctor friend told me this, and it's very unclear as to what strains they test for. There's about 100 different strains of human papillomavirus. I think 2 or, like a very small handful actually cause symptoms like genital warts and potentially cervical cancer and potentially oral cancer as well. I never even knew about oral cancer. Learned a little bit about that today, did a little research, and it says something like 1 to 3% of the population can contract oral cancer through HPV. However, it also says that they don't really know what other factors are coming into play here. So just having HPV seems to me, again, this is all just speculation and Google research. I mean, I didn't go to medical school. I don't know for sure. But it seems to me like most, sorry, I lost my train of thought. So most HPV works itself out of your system, and most people that get cancer and have HPV probably also had other things going on. And what is it, like 50% of the population gets cancer at some point in their lives anyway? So from my point of view, I kind of feel like the chances I'm going to get cancer are 1 in 2, right? Pretty good, pretty high chance I'm going to get cancer, and it could be any type of cancer. Could be cervical, could be oral, could be skin cancer, lung cancer, pancreatic cancer. I mean, there's so many different cancers that can come at us. And from what research that I've done in the past, I've come to realize that I think that's more a matter of lifestyle choices and eating. So diet seems to play a huge role in our health. You are what you eat. And those type of factors can increase your risks of cancer. So if you have a suppressed immune system or an unhealthy lifestyle, if you're a smoker, if you're very stressed out, all of these things are going to increase your risk of cancer and increase your risk of contracting cancer from your human papillomavirus or your HPV. And from what I read today, it said straight up, I think it was from the CDC, that HPV virus on its own is actually like not known to cause cancer on its own, and that it's kind of new research. They're kind of learning about this. And now for the least popular part of what I'm going to say, actually the one unpopular thing is that I'm probably not going to go get tested for HPV myself because I have no symptoms and there's no treatment for it. So to me, I mean, in terms of having another sexual partner, you know, if I do have it, you know, I could know and let them know. But at the same time, if I'm going to have sex with somebody, I am going to be exposed potentially to it anyway. So there's really no, like, it doesn't feel like a two-way street, right? It doesn't feel like 50-50 partnership there. So for me personally, I don't know that I'm going to get tested for this because I feel like the risks associated with it are so extremely low that for me, it's just not something I'm legitimately worried about. I know that's not going to be popular and you guys are probably freaking out, but hey, I'm just putting that out there. Secondly, another thing that I want to say that's probably wildly unpopular, and again, I'm not a doctor and this is all just personal opinion, and you go consult your doctors and see what you guys want to do. Hi Don, hey Turnips. Sorry, I'm ignoring all the comments on Periscope, but I will get back to them soon. I think we're 86 messages behind. And that is that I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. I'm not an extreme conspiracy theorist, but in this case, I do have a lot of concerns and a lot of hesitancy about Gardasil, about HPV vaccines, and about HPV in general. So if I was a big pharmaceutical company and I wanted people to get my vaccine and buy my vaccine and sell my product, which is vaccines, I would put a lot of money into making the disease I'm vaccinating against seem really scary and like this big threat and very dangerous. Now, this is very conspiracy theorist. I don't know that that's happening. I don't know for sure. But I know that when I didn't want to get the Gardasil vaccine, the last time I got tested, right when me and my husband kind of first met, that my doctor was very high pressure about it. She was very upset with me, basically. She made me feel very uncomfortable and like I was completely negligent, irresponsible person for not injecting a relatively new vaccine into my body that will last with me for my entire life and has no long-term studies on the effects of long-term effects on the body. I'm not comfortable with that. That's me. Not everyone is like me. A lot of people just want the conventional treatment, the conventional belief, whatever everyone else is doing, whatever the doctor says, let's just do that. And I encourage you to do what's your truth, what you want to do. But for me personally, that's just a little underlying current that I have with all of this, which is that it's potentially just not as big of a threat and as scary as we may think. Same thing with herpes. People are so afraid of herpes, but it's, as far as I know, pretty easily managed, and you get sores, you get some pain. I mean, it's not like you die from herpes. You get what I'm saying? Like, the risks are, in the grand scheme of life and all the things that we risk and all the things that we deal with and all the crap we go through, I feel like these things are pretty low risk and low threat. I mean, even HIV nowadays, how many people are dying from AIDS now that we have modern treatments? It's good to know what you're bringing to the table, but at the same time, it's also important not to be afraid and not to let fear dictate your decisions and let anybody pressure you into doing anything with your body that you don't want to do, whether it's being vaccinated or having sex with someone who hasn't been tested or having unprotected sex with someone because it feels better, or they can't keep their boner without it, whatever. Don't let anybody pressure you. That's kind of the summation here. Don't let anyone pressure you to do what you don't want to do, but I do encourage you to get tested and get checked out so that you know what you have and what's going on with your life. Did I get a new doctor afterwards? No, actually, Turnips, I've pretty much not been to a doctor other than like urgent care and like acute appointments since then. It was actually a pretty bad experience. It potentially caused me I'm also someone who doesn't really go to the doctor just because you're supposed to go every year. Like, I know how much I weigh, I know how tall I am, and and when you go to the doctor for those like yearly things, they just ask you everything. They're like, how are you feeling? How's everything? You know, they barely do anything. They take your blood pressure, your heart rate, your what's the other thing? Oh, they check like your ears and nose. Like, as a young person with no symptoms of any illness, I'm not huge on going to the doctor all the time. But again, that's all personal preference. If you want to go to the doctor a lot, go to the doctor a lot. I want to encourage you to do what you want to do. I'm a little worried about these comments, but I'm going to start scrolling through. All right. Oh crap, I didn't see notification. That's okay, Lise. Hi. You're going to go under. Okay, good, Danielle. That makes me happy. That makes me really happy. Thank goodness it's right, Wolf Puppy. Deep frying is now scary, and I'll never do that again. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Hey J Music, how are you? Yeah, our friend Alex Man from Russia, he invites his friends, and all of a sudden we have like 2,000 people in there. I don't know that, Kit Kat. Let me look that up. Hey Anton. Aw, turnips. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's the kind of comment I can handle. He says, so in other words, you're an intelligent individual who thinks for yourself and questions authority. I like to think that that's what I'm doing, but I have some insecurities about what everyone else's opinions are going to be. But I can handle it. I can handle it. It's okay. I'm good, Anton. How are you doing? All right, let's look that up. So KitKat is asking if everyone with HIV has symptoms. I don't think so. I don't even know what HIV symptoms are. Let's look it up. HIV symptoms. HIV in women, 10 common symptoms you shouldn't ignore. Fever, headache, lack of energy, skin rashes, and skin sores. It says most people with HIV develop skin problems. Rash is the most common symptom of HIV. The skin can become extremely sensitive to irritants and sunlight. A rash may appear as a flat red patch with small bumps, and skin may become flaky. Sores or lesions may form on the skin of the mouth, genitals, and anus and may be difficult to treat. People with HIV are also at increased risk of herpes and shingles. With proper medication, skin problems may become less severe. You can also have swollen glands, infections. So HIV makes it harder for the immune system to fight off germs, so it's easier for opportunistic infections to take hold. Some of these include pneumonia, tuberculosis, and hepatitis C. People with HIV are more prone to infections of the skin, eyes, lungs, kidneys, digestive tract, and brain. It may also be more difficult to treat common ailments like the flu. Frequently wash your hands, and taking HIV medications can help prevent some of these illnesses and their complications. And just really quick, let me just throw this out there. There's actually an entire school of thought and conspiracy thought. Now, I don't subscribe to this myself, but I also haven't researched it very much. There is an entire conspiracy theory that HIV is actually non-existent. Now, again, I don't subscribe to that, but I also don't really know anything about it. But my ex was pretty convinced of that himself, that it's almost like there's something around that. There's some kind of conspiracy around HIV. People with HIV may experience long periods of low-grade fever, menstrual changes, yeast infections, bacterial infections, increases your risk of getting chlamydia, trichomoniasis, gonorrhea, HPV, which can lead to genital warts or even cervical cancer. If you have genital herpes, your outbreaks may be worse and happen more often. Also, your body may not respond as well to your herpes treatment. Pelvic inflammatory disease, which is an infection of your uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries. In HIV-positive women, that may be harder to treat, and symptoms may last longer than usual or return more often. As HIV progresses, symptoms can include a lot of what we already said: joint pain, muscle aches, shortness of breath, chronic cough, trouble swallowing. In the later stages, it can lead to short-term memory loss, mental confusion, and coma. The most advanced stage of HIV is called acquired immune deficiency syndrome, AIDS. At this stage, the immune system is severely compromised and infections become increasingly hard to fight off. Certain cancers mark the transition from HIV to AIDS. These are called AIDS-defining cancers and include Kaposi sarcoma and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. They also include cervical cancer, which is specific to women. The only way to know for sure if you have HIV is to get tested. It's easy and you can do it anonymously. You can get tested at your doctor's office, go to a local testing site, or do an at-home test. At-home test. I think HIV is actually tested through urine, if I'm not mistaken. Hi, Bandana. I'm wearing white. Yeah, I kind of symbolically wore this white lace dress because my STD results were clean, so I feel pure. Wedding dress, exactly. Josie, you're hilarious with your comment to Maggie. I miss you too, Justin. Am I getting buzzed? No, I already blocked this person. Why haven't I been answering her questions? Lay it on us. We did it. We did it. An organic juice cleanse on the morning after will clear up most STDs. No, Saul. They have a vaccine for it now, so she can tell them to get vaccinated. If you want to get vaccinated, that's your choice. Yeah, it's your body. I'm not going to tell you to do it or not to do it. Bunny Carolina says the test is a PAP and they only test for cancerous strains. Interesting. But really, what can you do if you have that? You can kind of prevent the guy from getting it, right, I guess? I would have married you if every single one came back positive, but good news is good. Mike. Thank you, Mike, for the super hearts. But it doesn't cover all the strains, I think. Okay. As soon as you said the word penis, we shot up over 2,000 viewers. Penis. You can see it on men because they're external. Right, that's only if they have symptoms. So if you guys have symptoms and you have it, I mean, you should, if you have symptoms, absolutely go get tested and get it taken care of. Longevity said, this is why I'm still a virgin. HPV is very common, they say. I like that you said it like that, proper props. They say, right? What the hell? Maggie says that I'm getting money to get you guys to get tested for STDs. I don't even know how that would work, but that's absolutely not true. I mean, I'm not giving you a promo code for this or anything. I don't get anything. You don't have to get tested. You just do whatever you want. I mean, what the hell? I'm going to block this person because she's just too disruptive. The vaccine came out and they don't recommend for older people. Do you know that they're getting boys and girls vaccinated for HPV at the age of like 8 years old or 10 years old? I was at a YMCA in upstate New York and I saw a big poster advertising getting your 8-year-old boys or 10-year-old boys HPV vaccinated. It just, something to me is just very strange to me that it's, you don't have to, basic sales, right? You don't have to work really hard to sell a product that sells itself. You don't have to sell it at all. It'll sell itself. It's awesome. People will use your great lawnmower and then be like, whoa, that lawnmower is amazing. It's so much better than any lawnmower I've ever used. And they'll tell everyone about it and it'll be really easy to sell it. And you don't need to do like advertising or marketing or anything because it sells itself. Because it's such a good product, it stands on its own. And you'll hear a lot of sales pitches that say, oh, it sells itself, it stands on its own. But here they are in your house trying to sell it to you or knocking on your door or calling you on the phone or putting it up on an infomercial or a commercial. So when I see something like that being pushed on kids and making you feel like you're a bad parent if you don't vaccinate your child against HPV, I mean, is genital warts going to be the end of their life? No. Cancer? Maybe. But the chance that they get cancer is still 1 out of 2, even if they get the HPV vaccine. And what if the vaccine has adverse side effects, especially long-term, that we don't understand yet? I mean, damn. How come I'm not married? I don't want to be married. Did not know that. 30 to 80%, not very much to be gained from that vast difference. Yeah, Dragon, it was, someone said 30% for people my age, and then 80%, like, in your lifetime, 80% of people will contract HPV, but most of them are handled by your body in 1 to 2 years. So like I said, if you have a suppressed immune system or pre-existing conditions that make it harder for you to fight infections, or you're already at an increased risk of cancer because of other criteria, lifestyle decisions, and choices, then yeah, I mean, definitely feel free to get tested for anything you want to get tested for, right? The body fights it. No healthcare provider is sponsoring me, I promise. Genital warts is not one of the cancerous strains. Why did God create so many STDs? I don't believe in God, hun. Hi, Jason, how are you? Maybe those people were already having cancers in their fate. Hi, Mark. I actually had a mole on my back. You might be able to see the, I don't know, the scar. I forget where it is, somewhere here. You see like a dark scar? Is it? Can you see it? I don't know. I don't know if you can really see it. But I had a mole, or a freckle. Like it wasn't raised or anything. You can see kind of, my lighting in here really sucks. Here, you can see that one better. So I have like freckles like that all over my body, like my legs, my arms, little like constellations of them, you know. And they're not raised, they're just flat. I call them freckles or beauty marks, whatever. And I was at the dermatologist, I think for acne or something, and they were asking about birthmarks that I have. So I have a birthmark here on my stomach that's like this big. So I showed them that. I have another birthmark, actually that you might be able to see if I can do this in a way that's not gonna get me banned. You might be able to see I have like this birthmark here that's like kind of circular. So I was showing them that, and while they were looking at that, they happened to notice a freckle, like somewhere here on my body, which was black instead of like a brown color. And he was like, you know, that looks that looks questionable to me. And they took it off. It was covered by insurance, and they ran it to the lab, and it turned out that it was considered precancerous, that it could have become cancerous over time. So, and I lived in upstate New York. I don't spend a ton of time in the sun. I'm just kind of trying to demonstrate that, like, cancer is something that can happen to pretty much anyone. I think every single one of us knows someone who's been affected by cancer, and it's really sad. And if we get cancer, any of us, or if you have cancer, it's probably gonna suck, right? The treatment, the recovery, the diagnosis, just knowing that you have it, the fear of it coming back. I mean, cancer sucks, okay? We all agree. This is why we all want to find a cure, and we all want cancer to not be part of our lives. It's not like we want cancer, right? So cancer sucks, but the chances of us getting it are pretty high. So the best way is to try to live a healthy lifestyle, to try to keep a really strong immune system so that you can try to fight off anything that threatens your livelihood or your health. Because like I said, health is all you have. Hey Slap, good to see you on Twitch. Health is not fateful. We live in a very toxic world. That's true, Chris. A lot of people will say wearing plastic clothes like this will increase your risk of cancer. Breathing in the air outside increases your risk of cancer. Not getting enough sleep. I mean, you never smoke, Jason? Okay. Drinking and smoking bad on top of our environment. And I am drinking too, so I'm not up on my high horse and on my pedestal of health, I guess. There is treatment, wart removal. Exactly, Daniel. The warts, just like warts, if you had a wart on your finger or on your foot, what are those called? Planters warts or something? When I was a kid, to be honest with you, when I was a kid, I had a wart on my finger one time. I don't remember if I ever had one on my foot, but I think I actually might have had like 1 to 3 warts on my hands. I don't know why or where that came from. I lived a pretty unhealthy lifestyle growing up. My mom didn't know the first thing about nutrition. I grew up on soda and mac and cheese and Hamburger Helper and whatever else. But I actually had like some warts on my fingers, and they had like at-home stuff. I used like Melaleuca and just like put it on there, and they just like fell off. And I never have had any more my whole life. And I generally, from what I read, it's pretty much the same thing. They just like freeze it off. It's not like you're gonna die or have like extreme discomfort, I don't think. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it might leave a scar. Like for a man, if it's on the outside, maybe you might have a little scar afterwards. But I mean, again, like there's so much crap that we deal with in life. We have to kind of pick our battles here. Thank you, Mark. HPV vaccine kills young kids? Oh my gosh, Chris, don't say that. Oh, that's so sad. One can live an amazingly happy, fulfilling life without sex. Major plus is also no worries about sex. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to have sex, don't have sex. I mean, you're not going to have to worry about STDs, that's for sure. Chris says, do the research. Yes. I actually feel the same way about this topic with regards to Gardasil and HPV. Thank you, white girl. That vaccine is bad news. Really, Chris? Thank you for saying that. You guys, appreciate everyone who's supporting me. I'm sorry that I'm being so biased, but I really need the support in this broadcast. I'd rather get the shot than cancer. But just keep in mind, you can still get cervical cancer, even if you get the Gardasil vaccine, right? Because HPV isn't the only thing that causes cervical cancer, right? Vaccination is definitely important, but please do research into allergies and immune. There's treatment for herpes. Yep, I agree. Thank you, Lady Locks. 1 in 6 people in the US have it. Some have no symptoms. One can live without sex. There's so much more to life than sex. Have you ever had sex, Kit Kat Bar? I'm curious. I got vaccinated back in grade school for cooties. I'm good. The circle, dot, dot. Did everyone get that vaccine? You take a pen, you draw in your hand, circle, dot, dot. Now I got my cootie shot. Okay. All right, just a little comedic relief. I questioned you, Lise. I did. Why question vaccines? That's idiotic. Maggie, I'm so glad that I blocked you so long ago. Herpes rash is obvious and looks unhealthy AF. Yeah, if you have an outbreak, but people can be carriers and not have symptoms. It's freaking you out? I'm sorry. No STD. No STD, Malaric. Sensitive to blood and seeing scary stuff. It's okay, proper props. You got this. This is hard to listen to. Oh, really? To say HIV is not that bad with modern medicine and to even pose the conspiracy that doesn't exist. Tell that to an HIV positive person. HIV is said to be a government virus along with cancer, but someone probably effed with a monkey. It's kind of like Lyme disease, right? There's a pretty big belief. I said I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. This one to me seems pretty likely. In Lyme, Connecticut, where Lyme disease first started, there was basically like a biologic research lab, government research lab, where they were testing basically biological warfare, potential things that they could use to alternatives to violent warfare, right? Infecting a population with something and them never knowing it was you, that type of thing. Well, now Lyme disease is rampant. You should see the amount of ticks that we had in upstate New York. We would pick ticks off my cat all day, every day. I personally contracted Lyme disease at one point. I had migrants, which are like the bullseye things, all over my body. But a simple dose of antibiotics wiped it right out for me. But Lyme disease can become chronic over time if left untreated and can actually cause neurological symptoms. But again, just remember, like, if the government comes into your house and says, we're here to help you, you can accept that if you would like. It's up to you. We all have our own minds. We can all think independently, right? Hi, Bob. Promo code. I know, like, use promo code FemYoga. Not a bad idea to have them protected for their future. Wish I had it before I slept with all them ladies. Georgie! Bride teacher. Hey, B-boy. Is it unhealthy to be a virgin for an entire life? I don't think so. I think we're all different. I mean, I have been interested in sex since I was probably 10 years old. I wasn't having sex at 10 years old. I didn't have sex till I was 17. But maybe some people are just more prone to being more sexual, and some people are a little bit more asexual. Some people just aren't really interested in sex or touch. Maybe you were sexually abused as a child and you never want to have sex your whole life. I mean, I'm not telling you need to have sex. I just know me personally, I'm not going to make it without sex the rest of my life. Like, I don't have that level of self-control to be attracted to someone, alone with them, and just, like, never have sex with them ever. I mean, I don't know. Turnip says, sex is great, it's a birthright. You don't have to have sex, you guys. Have sex if you want, but be safe and be smart. If you don't vaccinate your child and there's an outbreak at school, then your kids aren't going. What? Research this bad vaccine. Okay, Chris. STD screening results. What's the good word? Oh, Ina Klein, you want to see? Negative, 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 non-reactive, non-reactive, negative, negative. Birthright even. Spell it a little differently this time. Whoop. Negative, or normal, whatever. It's negative. Negative, negative, negative. So yeah, that's the good word. You can watch the replay too. I left it up a lot longer earlier. Russian mole. Russian mole. Ina Klein. Hello, Mr. Denmark. Welcome to the broadcast. Dermatologists don't miss a thing. I thought that was pretty cool. And I will say too that this is not important, but I just liked him. The plastic surgeon who took my mole off my back was hilarious. I was laughing while he's like cutting into my body. So he says, he gives me the Novocaine, right? And he starts cutting. And my back was numbed from the Novocaine, but blood, this is too much probably. I don't like this either, but it was funny to me. So I could feel like a drip of blood was like going down my back, and I could feel it on the part where it wasn't numbed. I could feel like the drip. And I was like, oh my God, that's disgusting. Is it disgusting? Oh my God, what's it like back there? And he goes, yeah, it's pretty disgusting. I'm about to throw up. And that just killed me. I thought that was hilarious. He was like he was just being playful and just and I think that's really important. If you are a healthcare provider, have some fun with your patients, play with them, make them laugh, make them feel at ease. Have fun. Whatever your job is, have fun with it, because I will never forget that guy. If I ever need to get plastic surgery again for something, whatever may happen to me in my future, I would probably try to seek that guy out, because it was hilarious. I was like, he just said, this is disgusting, he's gonna throw up. I wasn't expecting that. It really, it made me laugh, which caused me to have, feel-good hormones and forget about the fact that he had, a scalpel to my back. Skin cancer is very quick and easy to cure. Not if you don't catch it though, right? Like, so if you don't catch your skin cancer, I believe, like most cancers, it can evolve into other types of cancer. Again, not a doctor. I could totally be wrong about like 90% of the things I said in this broadcast. I'm trying. Everyone's saying that I'm open for business now. We all have it. It's just dormant depending on genes. We've never been to the moon and the earth is flat. No, John, not that kind of conspiracy theory. I really enjoy this. Thank you for scoping this. Thank you, white girl. I really appreciate you for saying that because I was nervous about doing this whole broadcast. I still am nervous. You can tell by me like grabbing. This is like a soothing thing I do to myself. Does anyone do this? I like hold my chest and neck kind of thing. Like sometimes I'll see pictures of myself. I'm doing that. The meaning of life is to procreate in all living things. I don't know about that. Hi, Roy. Maybe like in some core cellular level. Hello, sopping. What's the deal with this title? Oh, it was my STD results. Want to see them? Boom! Negative. I already showed them a bunch of times. You should watch the replay. I can give you tons of documented info on the HPV vaccine. Chris, I would love that if you want to direct message it to me. We could do a whole broadcast about Gardasil and HPV vaccines. Oh, I'm saying hi to Asif, but he's saying hi to Lars. They are far less contagious when not having an outbreak. That's what I've heard too, that if you don't have a herpes outbreak or an HPV outbreak, that the chances of you actually transmitting it are pretty low as well. Again, I don't know that for sure. Please check with your doctors, guys. Don't take my word as gospel. This is more to get the conversation going, to get our brains thinking around these topics, but we should really go to the professionals that have studied this and done it in their lives and in their careers for years. But take everything with a grain of salt, always. Get multiple opinions. Don't just take one person's word as gospel, even if they are a doctor. Vague sopping. He said, I heard that your word is gospel. Males are usually carriers of HPV with no symptoms. Lyme is very real per the CDC. It's real. No, Lyme is very real. But how was it created? Was it a natural virus or it's a bacteria? Is it a natural? It's a spirochete bacteria, actually not too unlike syphilis. I believe it spirals. It's a bacteria that spirals and drills through your cells. So Lyme disease is absolutely real. I mean, I had it myself, so I'm pretty sure. Although it's also very similar to the what's the name of the cat scratch fever? Bartonella. So my cat actually had Bartonella or cat scratch fever right before I contracted Lyme. So there's a chance that it wasn't Lyme or that his was Lyme or whatever. But we were both treated with antibiotics and we're fine. But me and my cat had the same symptoms. It was really weird. So I think I might have actually had Bartonella. They didn't actually test me for Lyme. They just gave me antibiotics and whatever I had was gone. You lost your virginity at 12. Interesting. Ew, John, don't say that. It's definitely unhealthy to be a virgin. There are many side effects of no sex and health benefits for. Why don't you tell me, Peripheral? What are the negative side effects of not having sex? I'm so negative. Bob, I'm not. Oh, because my results are negative. Tetracycline. Yep. Antibiotics are great for probably doxycycline, Clavamox. Are those veterinary drugs? Okay, fine. I used to work at a pet store. Motzi, because 2018 is the year of no fear for me. I'm not afraid. DJ Cripple, Eric, thanks so much for all the hearts. I really appreciate you being here. Hector, Webb, Ty Daly, and Jordan, good to see some new faces in here. Simple acts like cupping breasts does things like check for cancer. You can cup your own breasts. I agree, but some people are uptight and don't like professionals making jokes. It's a great broadcast. You're never nervous. I do something similar, but I choke myself when I'm nervous. Hey, Liga, how are you? Are you being promiscuous? No. Seems labby. Lyme disease is from ticks. That's where you contract it from, but the belief is that the conspiracy, I should say, is that the CDC or whatever government branch that had the biologic research lab in Lyme, Connecticut, accidentally released what was supposed to be a biological weapon to be used against our enemies, accidentally released it into the environment there. And it's now, if you look at cases of Lyme disease in the northeast of America, you'll probably be blown away. It's a really interesting study, I think. Cancer is highly likely to be lab developed. Cancer? Really? STD results. Yes, Frodes. Barcelona. You can see my outfit, dude. Negative side effects of men not having sex is higher chance of testicular cancer. Is that true? What about masturbation, though? Wouldn't that relieve the same thing as sex? Oh, good, Liga. I'm glad. Whew, I got caught up. It's not a fake channel, baby boomer. You're high. Are you high? I know, I wish I was. What? Okay. So what's up, guys? We have 30 more minutes. I'm caught up with the comments. Thank you, Lars. I will sleep well. I might even take a little bit of time off today, unless you guys want to keep hanging out and talking. You have any questions, comments, concerns? The symptoms freaked you out proper? Yeah, I get a little freaked out too with things like blood and needles and like, yeah, it's just because we're probably very visual. Flash said I could make the t-shirt for him and others who want it. Nice! Awesome, Liga! That's great! Felt like I was watching a zombie apocalypse movie. It's up to all women to save men from cancer by having as much sex as possible. I think there were a lot of instances of Rocky Mountain spotted fever being misdiagnosed as Lyme disease a few years ago, for what that's worth. Oh, I've never heard of Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Interesting. I never heard about that. Thank you for that advice, writing him. My pleasure, Liga. That was an easy one. I wish all the questions I got were that easy. Who was the woman talking about yum yuck? Oh, here, let me put her username on the screen so you can follow her, because she's actually live right now. Let's see. At Lizzie Bear. Boom. Right there. That's her username. You can take a screenshot if you want. Lizzie Bear. So that's her channel. She will be live on this channel every single Sunday night at 11:30 p.m. for 1 hour talking about sexual health and wellness. And she'll be here next Sunday specifically talking about this topic, STDs and STIs. And she actually has a medical degree. So she's not a doctor, but she has a medical degree. She actually studied this in school. And she's going to be much more of a resource, much more knowledgeable and informational about this than I am, for sure. But she's live right now if you want to ask her any questions and get any opinions on any of this. She's actually live on her channel here at Lizzie Bear right now. Lizzie is awesome. I love me some Lizzie. And she looks so lovely, beautiful tonight. I loved her shirt so much. I just love her. It's another tick-borne disease. Okay, all right. Yeah, Bartonella is also tick-borne. Hey, Gary. I have lots of stuff I can send you on HPV on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook because I don't actually use Facebook. So Twitter and Instagram, it's Fem Yoga Taylor. Just send me the links or whatever. I mean, I can look at stuff on Facebook, I think, but don't try to contact me on Facebook because I don't even use it. Sopping. He goes, damn, this is a neat channel. I wish I hadn't joined on this dumb troll account. It's okay. We like trolls. We're all trolls. I'm troll. So what are you guys up to? Привет. Spasibo. Alright, I feel like Alex is waiting for us to just go into a dance party again. Yeah, link me to it, Chris, and I'll tell you if I'm not able to access it. But yeah, just send me the link and I'll look at it. But send me the link on Twitter or Instagram. What were the results of the STD test? Yes, it was all negative. Oh, that's Lizzie Bear's name. That's not at all what I was trying to do. And I gotta put my old words back in here too. Okay, so that's my Streamlabs. All right. Where's my STD test? There it is. Boop. Negative, 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 negative. Normal, 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 non-reactive. I was confused. Whoa. I was confused by those expressions. Did she mean not swallowing it, not spoiling it, or am I lost? I'm lost with that question. I have no idea what that means. Thank you, Wagamama Mama. How are you? How is everyone? Wow, I didn't get as much negative blowback as I anticipated. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being awesome. It's weird. You think after broadcasting for like a year and a half, even longer, that you would just be like, let's just talk about my uterus, let's talk about my vagina, let's talk about my cervix, let's talk about STDs, let's just go for it, let's just have some fun. But still, I was like, oh God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Thank you, Peripheral, I appreciate that. Cheers to overcoming your fears in 2018. If you're comfortable talking about this, what prompted the STD test? Curiosity. My friend was she's single, and she's having a hard time with dating because of having HPV. But here's the thing. Oh, that's the other thing with my friend. She was tested in 2014, positive for HPV. When she was tested again in like 2016 or 2017, she came up negative, which is more evidence to show that most of the strains are handled by your body within 1 to 2 years. It's speculative. I mean, I haven't seen her results. She told me this verbally. I don't really know. I don't know if they tested her for HPV the second time. I don't know. But I do know that there's over 100 different strains of HPV, and only like a couple at most cause symptoms. So I assume they're only testing the ones that cause symptoms. You should always get tested when you're newly single. I think that's true. I mean, that way I'm prepared if any opportunities were to present themselves, that I could know that I'm good. But now I'm at this point now where I have this paper that I'm like, I'm gonna want to see any guy that I'm considering sleeping with, and I'll be like, where's your paper? Let me see your paper. I love data, and I love being sure about things, and I'm completely a geek, which is why I put the geek emoji in this broadcast title. Taylor, the prepared one. Exactly, Frodo's. I assume I'm going to sleep with someone else in my life. I don't think I'm going to be abstinent forever. Hey, Bradley. Oh, you're going live soon, Liga? All right, I'm going to be done in like 20-something minutes, so I'll probably see you. I have a license to frolic. Although I don't want to, because the thing is, once I sleep with someone, then I'm going to have to get tested again. I don't really want to. So I'm going to be like, it's going to have to really be worth it. It's going to have to be someone real special. I have papers. I'll bring it on the date. Like, what was it supposed to be, the third date? I'm on the third date. I'm like, here's my paper. Where's yours? Have like folded up in my purse, pull it out, all romantic like. I'll like bake it into a cake. Normally it's like jewelry or something, and then like he'll be like eating the cake. He'll be like, oh, it's this paper. STD results. I'll be like, yeah, where's your cake? Why don't I have a cake with STD results in it? What? John said, oh crap, they have to be special while I'm out. Oh, this is great. Going to work, but later today my time. Oh, okay, I'll probably be sleeping by that point, but maybe I'll catch your replay. Show me your papers. Cake. Cake, 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 cake. Ooh, baby, I like it. So exciting. What's the rest of the words of that song? I'ma make you my cake, 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 cake. Okay. Anyway. Now what? What do we do now? Spin? I wore this outfit on my engagement photos to my ex-husband. Just saying! It's like a swimsuit cover, I think. Keep my eyes open, catch a replay. Awesome. Hi, Bradley. How are you? How you doing? How goes it? What do we do now, you guys? I don't know what to do. I have like 22 minutes. What do you think, Asif? Top Super Heart contributor to the broadcast, you get to decide what we do next. Oh, wait. I take that all back. Asif is a huge troll. Asif, don't tell me that you want to go get a pap smear. It's too late. You can't do that. We're at 30,000 Super Hearts. Thank you guys so much. Here, let's say a quick thank you so I don't forget at the end. Alex and Asif, thank you for the Super Hearts. Both over 1,000 Super Hearts. Also, John, the ukulele guy, Finley Girl, Jordan, Danielle, Shara, and Edward, all over 1,000. Thank you guys so much for such great contributions. Remember, 1,000 Super Hearts is only like $1 at most. And it really, it might feel like, no, it's $1 to you. It's like, it's $1, meh. And I know you don't have to, but I really appreciate that you do, because it keeps this channel going. I mean, every single person on this list is our contributor from the last 30 days, and they're what makes all of this possible. They're what makes me not have to go get a full-time job and then be able to hire on other girls. So we have 4 other girls on this channel. We have Lizzie Bear, who was on right before me. She does sexual health and wellness at 11:30 p.m. every single Sunday night. Saturday night, we have Floor, aka Lumperito, who comes on at 11 p.m., I believe. Check what time she went live last night. Every Saturday night, we have Ruby Nusa, who comes live at 9 p.m. Eastern time every Thursday night. This is all Eastern time. That's Thursday nights with an hour of cooking Italian food. And then we have Lorena Mia, who starts October 1st, and she's going to be here every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern time to encourage you to get outside, get moving, get some sun on your skin, get some fresh air, really just working on health goals a little bit. And you can chat with her too. She's amazing. She's beautiful. She's Peruvian. She's so sweet. She's like one of the best people I've ever met. Love her to death. And she introduced me to ceviche. It was amazing. Edward and Mike, thank you guys for the super hearts. I appreciate every single super heart that we got. I think it's time to celebrate. Where's the cake? I don't have cake, but I also didn't get my delivery today, if you know what I'm talking about. Which was so crazy about Steph sending that picture. Wasn't that crazy, Asif? You know what I'm talking about. That was crazy. She sent that picture and I was like, oh, what the hell? She read our mind. Thank you, Liga. Barcelona, don't tell me what to do. I'll block you. I'll stand up when I damn well please. Liga, thank you for the super hearts. I appreciate you, beautiful love. They're yellowy. I was going to say yellow and lemony. Sopping. It's Periscope. It's like Twitter Live. You can find me on there if you want. Asif, I can't see what emoji that is. I'm on an iPhone 5. That's my cat's name, Ceviche. Oh my god. Candy cane, yes! It's so delicious. It's 2:20 a.m. What am I doing? Still up? Good night. It is 2:23 a.m., isn't it? We got 20 minutes left. Wolf Puppy, thank you for the super hearts. Wolf Puppy probably can figure out what my secret special delivery is. But it didn't come today, so I'm guessing it's going to come tomorrow. Have another beer in lieu of cake. I can, but I'm going to have to run downstairs. It's going to be empty screen for a while. What do we do? Put royalty-free music on? Okay, I can do that. Sopping said I wore the same outfit for the engagement photos with my ex-husband. Well, that's just lovely. D50, what's up, officer? That was fun last night, wasn't it? I have fun. I always have fun. Even at my STD tests. All right. What, do you want to see my results, D50? You want to inspect them with your officer brain? All right, royalty-free. That says toyalty-free. That's not a word. Toyalty-free? Really? Seriously? Good to see you. Good to see you too. You've been cleaning up the streets from crime? Be honest. Be honest. It's Periscope. Yeah, Blue Pyro, thanks for letting him know. What's this? Groovy electro bounce. Hey, Katie. Is that too loud? That's okay. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get another beer. Per Asif, who is a super heart contributor. So if you want to be in charge, send more super hearts on Asif. I'll be right back. I'm going to run. You too, Liga. Have a good day. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for the super hearts. Awesome design on the Halloween flash thing. Nice. Nicely done. Thank you, Blue Pyro. Very kind. What else do we need? Is this enough for the party? Asif, what are you doing? What are you drinking? Is it Yingling? The Wolf Pup? What are you up to, Alex? Do you speak English? Good English? Are you drinking? Prost? How do I... Oh, Nostrovia! Nostrovia! Is that how you say it? Da? Yeah. Da? Nostrovia? Da? Vodka. Oh, my legs. Okay. I almost didn't fit. I am drinking Yingling, yeah. The oldest brewery in America. Blue Pyro is shaking his booty to the music. I like it. I kind of want to shake my booty to the music too, but I'm sitting down. I'm so ready for Vegas. I'm so ready. I sent you my information on my bookings, right? Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Hello, small puppy. What are you drinking? It's okay if it's just water or tea or whatever. Katie, there was a bird inside your house? Oh my gosh, that's so intense. How'd you get him out? What'd you do? Oh my god, tell us what happened. Yes, Dibbler, we're all clear. There's the results. I gotta go, I just did a workout. Now it's shower time. Just wanted to come by and say hello. Good to see you, D50. Thanks for saying hey. Did you send me a picture? I feel like I saw it, but I didn't see it. Oh, the picture wouldn't load. That's what it was. Let me see if it loaded. Look right. My friend went to leave and he flew in the front door. Oh, my lord. Are we dropping frames? Oh, don't drop frames. Stop dropping frames. Everybody, nobody move. Nobody move. We're dropping frames. With a broom looking like a damn fool. So what did he do? Fly out the window or fly out the door? Or how'd you get him out? All right, what am I looking up? Crap. I already forgot. Oh, D50's message. How come there's no more music playing? All right. Mark. Oh, there we go. I can see it now. Permanently ineligible. Oh, it says that you violated something. That's hard. It's really hard to figure out what they're saying you violated. So you already emailed them, superhearts@pscp.tv, and said, you know, you're just trying to figure out what term you violated so that you can make sure not to violate it again in the future. Something like that. And then you can let me know what their response is. Because I only really go to them if we've gone through the official channels first. Like, that's what I had to do with the Super Hearts thing from yesterday. I had to, like, email them back and forth for a while. And then I was like, please help me. And I went to the people on Slack. Mojo was going nuts. Oh, that would have been crazy if your cat attacked it. Oh my god. Okay, so if you guys don't know, Katie is a vegan. She loves animals. And the last thing that she would want is for her cat to kill a bird in front of her face. It talks in frame rate language. Oh, okay, so it's dropping frames because I wasn't shaking my booty. Came for the results, but staying for the music. I'm sorry, Mad Ginger. Let me get more music playing. I don't know why I didn't just keep playing music. It paused. Oh no, that's the same song again. Oh, because, wait. I see what's happening here. There we go. Get your fist bump going. Cats are predators. They are. What do you think humans are? I say humans are predators, right? Mad Dog Steam said donated $10. Wait, did you really, or you're just saying that? I think you're trolling, right? I feel like that's a troll comment. If you really did donate $10, I take it all back and you can just block me if you want. Oh, I really did get a payment. Oh my god, wait, is this you? Nope, this is Atari. Mad Dog Steam, I don't think you're Atari, right? Atari, thank you for the contribution. Monthly sponsor at $10 a month. Atari Gamer, thank you so much. You're awesome. Donated $1,000. You can donate $1,000, and if you do, $100 of that goes into our scholarship fund for people who can't afford some of the services that we offer, and you can do that at femyoga.com by clicking support. Thanks for bringing it up. I'm good. How are you, Mad Dog? Now what? I don't like when there's no comments. I don't know what to do with myself. I guess we only have 10 minutes left. Any last thoughts? Did we say everything about STDs we could say? You donated my mom? My mom has been donated to the channel? Did I see your responses? Wait, in here? I saw LOL. Oh, on Twitter you mean? Wait, you heard what I said, Mark, right? The only screenshot that I got from you was the thing that says you're permanently ineligible. So you have to email superhearts@pscp.tv and ask them what term of service did you violate, so that you can make sure not to violate it again, and see what kind of response you get. Because on here, no, the last thing I saw was you saying you were gonna take a shower. I saw you say LOL. Before that, it says, well, I gotta go. I just did a workout. Now it's shower time. Just wanted to come by and say hello. And then you saying LOL. And then you saying, did you see my responses? No on here. That's weird. Did you guys see him say anything else? This is a mystery. You know what we need? We need a police officer. D50, can you investigate this, please? In case you guys didn't know, Mark is a police officer. It's very official. I know, that's weird, right? You said stuff? I didn't see anything. I see you say, oh wow, now. I just read them all in order. I don't know, that's weird. What the heck? I'm sorry, that sucks. You've never seen this many people in your room? It's all thanks to Alex. Spasibo, Alex! Should I follow Alex? Maybe I should follow him. He's got 2 million followers. But he speaks Russian. I'm not gonna know what he's talking about in his broadcasts. Yeah, it's all Russian. I don't think I can follow him. Oh wow! You can ask something, Blue Pyro. I've emailed them persistently and they've given me 5 autoresponders only saying you violated term. Can you just send me the most recent, can you just send me a screenshot of the most recent one? And that way I can use both of those screenshots and go to them. That's it. Just take it, no matter how many times I ask them for a manual review or an actual example of what I did. I love that you're a smart person and that we're like on the same page, we're understanding each other. Will you just take a screenshot of just the email? Just like whatever they said, or even if it's a couple screenshots of like the back and forth. The more I have to go with them and say, hey, look, like he's trying, he's going through the channels, and because you don't have access to Slack, I can kind of try to like advocate on your behalf. Otherwise, I would tell you to bring it on Slack, but since you're not on there. And then VIP, you said you were rejected for it too, didn't you? So weird. What the heck is up with that? I wonder why. Like, what term could you really be violating? Oh, Blue Pyro, you want to watch? That's a good idea. I actually like that idea. Let's, I wonder if I can pull up my private Periscope videos on the broadcast for you. Let me see. Oh, my pleasure, D50. Don't thank me until we actually get it fixed, though, right? The Twitter thought police, right? They rejected you because you have cystic fibrosis. I doubt that. I doubt that. Alright, am I logged in? Yeah, I'm logged in, so I should be able to see my private ones. Yeah, okay, so like here's an example. Hang on. Alright, let's see. This is gonna be interesting. Test. Hang on. Let me fuss with this off camera. You guys can listen to the music. Try to work on this. No FX fan. Hey Phil. Yeah, No FX fan. Those are the sponsors and contributors from the last 30 days. They're the people that make this channel possible. All right, thank you D50. I appreciate that. Then you can enjoy your shower, and I think office hours this week is on Tuesday, so I'll probably handle it on Tuesday. No STDs. We got no STDs. I would show you my results, but I just cropped everything, so I'm gonna actually pause the music because I totally can't. Hijo no bueno, your son is not good. Hey Pats and Mug, how are you? So let me transition. Someone wants to know, what do we do in our private Periscope group? So if you send $50 or more, you get 30 days of access to our private Periscope group, and I'm literally just showing these like with no real bias. This is our most recent one. Oh wait, hang on. I don't want to have copyright music in the background here. Okay, so that's me getting home.
I hate people say they're dating themselves. I don't really know a good answer. I'll just
This is me in my bathroom, getting ready for a shower.
That should work. In the dark. In the dark? What? Okay, you guys can put the music now, so I'm gonna head up. You have faith in my ability. Thank you, Sharon.
This is so bad. This is such a bad example.
My leg. My butt. I don't know.
Oh, and I'm talking about my butt.
And
My leg butt.
there was a mosquito there, and it was just this tiny little, like, it was made of nothing. I was like, what kind of mosquito is that? That thing is like, it's just so...
You can hear the shower running in the background, but it's not a shower broadcast.
What?
Okay, so there's that. Then the one before that was this one.
But I don't remember them saying anything. So did they test for, because I asked them.
That's us talking about the STD broadcast. There's this one. This was an hour and a half yesterday. Working on some stuff. Randomly braiding my hair. Okay, you get the idea.
Okay, fine. I'm going to tell you your sponsorship tool.
There's this. No, I don't have AIDS.
Hi. I just left Stuff's house.
And there's this. Wait, I can't play all this. But you get the idea, alright? You get the idea. That's pretty much what we do. It's just like me behind the scenes, whatever the heck I'm doing with my life. That's dope. Thanks, Young Based. That's it. So basically a greater scope on your life. Yeah, it's basically just me being live a lot more often. Sorry, Wolf Puppy. She's like, don't show the chat. How many today? How many beers? This is my second beer and it's like almost full. And we're ending this broadcast in 3 minutes. Leg butt. Keep shaking his booty to the music. You're welcome, Blue Pyro. Thanks for asking. That was kind of cool that I could show you while we're live and actually show you the broadcast. So yeah, it's nothing explicit. A lot of times it's just me sitting here working, like getting ready to go live on the channel, talking about what I was up to today, like running errands, going to the post office, seeing what we got. It's like kind of a sneak peek, but it's also just like a private group where there's only a few people commenting, so I catch every comment. We get to engage a lot more intimately. I feel a lot more comfortable. I'm a lot more open. I talk more about like my life and what's going on and my feelings. I mean, I've cried on there one time. I don't know if I actually cried, but I came really, really close to crying one time. I think I actually did cry. That was once. So yeah, it's just like, I'll be getting ready. I'll be doing my makeup and my hair. I'll just go live to that group. It's not like high quality content. It's just like purely just me hanging out, being real. I did not get married today, no. For example, the other day, Katie said something like, Asif always ruins everything. And I read that comment out loud, and then Asif came into the broadcast and he was like, what did somebody say about me? So we have a lot of fun in there, for sure. A lot of fun. All right, what do you guys think? Last song? Yeah, you get a lot more content. I'm live a lot more in general. So I'm live 3 hours a day, but that doesn't even begin to touch on how often I'm live on my private group. You love Yingling? Yes! Maxi Millie! Cheers! Prost! Nostrovia. Welcome back, Finley. I'm not wearing a wedding dress. This is a bathing suit cover-up, actually. Am I done for the day? I am, yeah. We only have 1 more minute. Cheers! Hey, Sonam! Should we dance at the end? Let's do it. Oh wait, you can't see my face. Why is it so close up? Want a private tonight? I don't know if I'm gonna do a private tonight. I might do a private broadcast after this. You thought I married Wolf Puppy? Yeah, I did marry Wolf Puppy. Today. Just kidding. Me and Wolf Puppy have been married since we first laid eyes on each other. How do you get in the group? It's $50 for 30 days of access at femyoga.com by clicking support. You're making goji berry bars? Katie, broadcast it. What the heck? Thanks, Phil. Your only worry is the time difference? Well, I don't hide the broadcast, so you can always watch the replays if you miss it. Love at first sight. You got it. Yeah, I know. I noticed that. Please. Howl at first sight. Ow! That was our vows. Don't forget, meditate. You're gonna Insta story it? Come on, that's only good for 24 hours. Now that's a game changer. Yay, Blue Pyro, are you gonna support the channel? So exciting. I totally have to pee. Alright, we did it. We got 3 hours of content in today. We made it through the STD broadcast. Congratulations to everyone who's clean. If you're not clean, it's totally fine. You can manage it, you can handle this, and you can still find love. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all the super hearts. Thank you to everyone who contributes at the website by clicking support. You guys make this show possible. And say it with me. This has been a moment in time with Taylor. See you next time for 3 more hours of positive content tomorrow to help you reach your health, wealth, and relationship goals. Today is our special day. Don't forget the private. We'll see. I really have to pee. Is there new content? I'm going to be live probably in my private group right after this. Cool username. Thank you for the super hearts. You got us over 30,000. I'll see you later.